Hey folks, Aaron here. Welcome back to my anime review. Today we're looking at Fate Extra, Last Encore, Episode 8. Now, I've been getting a lot of comments telling me I'm wrong with this, or I'm misunderstanding this. I've gotten some, I don't want to say hate, but I've gotten some very kind of nasty comments too, with, oh, you still don't understand how this works. And I'll be honest with you, I then see some comments where it's like, I am completely understanding with you, Aaron. I don't understand what the hell's going on. I hate that because of the show. And to those people, I really appreciate your kindness. I also appreciate that you're willing to say the same thing, because it's hard to come up here and tell people I have no idea what the hell's going on. It really is. And I do that. I'm not saying I don't do that in my reviews. I try to figure out what it is, but I also say, I've said it plenty of times in comments, that yeah, I make mistakes because sometimes some stories are just so convoluted that they make no sense. Fate Extra falls into that category where the story here is not based off the games, and a lot of people are saying it's based off of the games. It's really not, because I've played both Fate Extra and Fate Extella to a certain degree. Extella, I mean, Fate Extra I played through multiple times, but I played Fate Extella, like, I want to say halfway through it, that I kind of stopped because I got kind of bored with the whole button mashing concepts of it. I love games like that, but sometimes you get bored of them. But I digress from that. The story here is quite different. It's an adaptation of both stories from the games in its own twist. So it's using the stratums from like the first game and the concepts of some of the things with some of the characters from the second game. Because, for example, today we see on the fifth stratum one of my favorite characters. I forgot the dude's name, and it's terrible. But yeah, he's one of my favorite characters. But I forgot his name. But he's the martial artist that you also see in the video game. And I want to say it's not Sun Wukong, but it reminds me of like something like that. But he's a famous martial artist in like in lore. But the thing is that we learn also about Hakuno today, and Hakuno's story is that he is not anything per se. He is born from hatred of the system that has been gathering from different characters that have been dying left and right, and then over the course of time have accumulated into his being. So it's not that he's gone through this place before. It's not a loop. Okay, fine, I get that. But it's not also a reset either. What it is, it seems like, is that his memories of all these different places aren't his own. They're probably amalgamations of all the people that have died before him and now are in a physical human being. So all the masters that have died, or actually not masters, oh yeah, masters. All the masters that have died so far to get to their points, and all the hatred they have accumulated because of their losses, have become a curse that has given actual form. Hakuno, we find out, is not even really his name. Hakuno probably belonged to another person, which we see it looks like it's the female version of him, which is something from the first game that you or even the second game I think too has a female option. But it has that same thing where it's his name is like that. So the concept here is that this is not a reset. This is not a loop. Okay, I get that. But I've been noticing no one's been commenting on things like this. So I know for a fact that I'm not the only one misunderstanding. There are a lot of people that claiming they understand what's going on and are completely wrong, or semi-close, but not exactly, or not explaining it in a way that perfectly makes sense either. So to those people, lay off a little bit, okay? Seriously. It's a story that is very, very all over the place. Like I said before, it is very convoluted of a story. Fate Extra this week was very simple because we just we learned the major concepts of Hakuno, and really we got into a giant fight, which was really cool, by the way. I love that fight. It was really good. Because that one guy that Hakuno's facing is very similar to him, but in the sense that he won several times apparently, and found his wishes to be kind of backfiring on him more than else. But it's just a story that I think really had potential. But what they're doing is they're trying to make too much out of it, and it's just becoming this kind of philosophical mess of a tale. That's why I definitely don't think that I really enjoy Fate Extra Last Encore that much. It was one of the shows I was very hyped up for, and it's just kind of missing its mark left and right, to be honest with you. It's got solid animation. I do love how they're doing with these characters in terms of like, their movements and stuff like that in the animation department. The music's also very solid. I love the opening. But I just feel this story is all over the place and it's not very good, to be honest with you. If you're one of those people that agree with me, and by the way, the people that have been commenting and are just as lost as I am, like with a lot of the past episodes, I appreciate your kindness. I also appreciate you coming out there and saying that, because that's hard to do. It's hard to go at a sea of comments that you see people saying that they know exactly what's going on. And while I know some of them probably do, or probably have a general idea, or some of them are very close, it's not always where they're accurate either. So it's like, just lay off with that and be more respectful, people. I told you before, I really don't like disrespectful comments, and it's something where I'm going to get a little harsher with that, where I'm going to start really, like, completely deleting comments like that, because it's not hurtful towards me. I can care less about me, but it's hurtful towards, other people that are coming in here and trying to figure out, what's going on too. And also, even besides that, it makes them feel like they might not understand what's going on, and that they don't want to comment. But even more, it's not criticism. It's just not even constructive criticism. It's just you being cruel about something, or trying to say that, oh, like, I know the story now. It's like, that's not helpful to anyone. So please be respectful, folks, and I appreciate it in advance. Thank you very much. God bless all of you, by the way. I will talk to you later. I'm sorry if I had this a little out later than I wanted to. It's just I had problems with it before, where I couldn't watch the episode. I was kind of busy earlier. I'll talk to you guys later. Check out when it should come out, like at 4 o'clock, I think, if this comes out before, which I hope it does. Check out what I'm going to be watching in the spring 2018. I have a very important thing with that, with, like, I'm announcing how I'm going to be doing it with the reviews this season, because there's going to be like a million shows. So I am going to talk about that, and I explain everything in that too. And I talk about, obviously, what shows I'm going to watch. So talk to you guys then. Comment on that video too, especially. And if you like my channel, think about hitting the subscribe button and liking the videos, and etc. Bye bye, everyone.